Hey, Tails here. I wanted to make like a small tutorial for this game called Cranked, which is still in early alpha, but it's a lot of fun and yeah, the developers are amazing. So the game is also amazing for still being a prototype. It's crazy what they've already done, but I wanted to make like a small tutorial for this game, how to be fast or how to get better at it, and also specifically now talk about the green trail here, Fika Break. So before I start talking about the trail, there's some things you can already change in the pause menu which will help you. First of all, the graphic settings don't really matter that much, but I feel like the level of detail bias should be a bit higher because what it does is that the render distance is basically improved. So there's some elements like trees and rocks and stuff that don't show up until you're basically almost next to them. And the LOD bias upping that, yeah, kind of fixes that problem. There's still a few where it shows up late, but it definitely helps. So if your PC can run it, put it higher. Then for the berm snapping, it's basically how good it is at or how fast it recognizes a berm. So if you're going through a berm, it's basically the amount of time that it takes to know that you're in a berm and adapt to it. So if you put the value higher, it will be faster, and like the transition into the berm will be faster, while the lower you go, the longer it gets. And if you put it at 0, it doesn't even recognize berms, which you of course don't want to do. Now the default value here is 0.38. I think you want to put it a little higher, in my opinion. Don't go all the way up to 1 because it becomes more annoying to play, but like somewhere between 0.5 0.6 is, in my opinion, a sweet spot for this value. And then the last one that can be important is the FOV. Now that's just how wide your field of view is, of course. And I think the default value here is 110, so you can see I've only put it up like 2. But what it does is, yeah, make your field of view wider. But that doesn't mean you can see more of the trail around you and your bars and your front wheel and stuff. So that definitely helps. So then, for the green trail, well, Fika Break, there is a few threads that are really difficult but will save you a lot of time. But there's also a lot of really small things that you can do on every run. Don't need to be good at the game yet, but that will definitely help you gain speed and time, of course. Because in this game, it's mostly just about keeping speed, especially in Fika Break, where there's not really that much line choice to do. Well, there is, of course, like you can do small things and stuff, but it's not like Schwetzkogen or Katla Grotten, where there's a lot more line choice. Here, just one trail with like side things that you can hit and stuff to make it faster. So on Fika Break, you just want to keep speed as much as possible. Now, to do that, I will go over the replay because, well, it's easier to explain and pause and watch it in slow-mo if needed. And then after that, I'll show the world record run, which is a 107.768 by me, and explain the more difficult threads and really tiny details that help you gain time on this trail. So for Fika Break, we can already start with a little tiny thread in the beginning, which looks silly, but it gives you a bit of extra speed, so it definitely helps. Another thing that's also really important to do is to stay tucked. It doesn't help you a lot, but it will give you some extra speed here and there. And that hop into the corner is what I talked about. It's a little thread, but it gives you a bit of extra speed. Same here with this pre-hop. Ideally you want to land a little bit deeper, but just get the berm smooth and it's fine. Then hop off the left side, go a bit further than I did here, and pre-hop this rock. Doesn't really matter where you land on this landing. Take this left-hander. Don't go too much inside or you will lose speed. Then if you have 47 or more speed, you can gap over this rock, which you really want to do because it gives you a lot of extra speed. Then for this S-turn, either hop if you have low speed, or don't hop if you have really high speed. You will definitely see which one of the two it is with experience. And for these berms, you just want to stay low, don't get airtime, just control them, and then pre-hop this hip. So you can stay like really inside and don't land too far. Then on the straight, you want to go left and hop, because hopping in this game is faster. And then go off the side a little bit. And just go straight. There is a more advanced strat here, which we'll go over later, but for now, just take the berms, like just smooth, like before. And then hop out of this berm. This gives you a lot of extra speed down this straight, which you will carry all the way to the ending. So then go around this right-hand berm. I went a little bit too much outside here. I really want to stay a bit more inside. And then here, because we did the easy strat, we have to stay inside and then do a hop. And then stay low out of this berm, but kind of do a hop. Then for the ending, just you want to hop all the little hills here and don't land on this grassy hill on the right, because it loses you a lot of time and it will put you off course and like make it really hard to control. For the ending, stay right there on the marker for the drop so you can land earlier. And then for the big jumps, just side ramp, land somewhere in the middle. I landed quite deep here, but kept my speed luckily. But ideally you want to land somewhere in the middle of the landing. And then same for the last jump, and that's it for the easy strats. Now of course, that's the easy strats. There's of course way faster ones. So we'll go over those now. Okay, so for the fast strat, it's mostly the same, with a few really noticeable differences and a few really tiny details that will gain you like a 1 or 2 speed, but getting a 1 or 2 speed more in this game can definitely gain you a lot of time. So let's go over them. So in the start, we are doing the same. We just stuck and then jump to the inside of this corner. I prefer to go a bit more outside and get the curve of the berm. Then of course pre-hop this. You can land more inside here, but I prefer to go outside because it's harder to control otherwise. Then also jump off the left side, pre-hop this rock and go really inside. This start wasn't the best, but you can definitely get like -0.3 on this if you do it really well. And same here for the rock gap, but now we have way more speed, so we can land here in this little tiny transition. Then here I stop tucking and just go inside, and then start tucking again. Then I jump into the berm kinda, which gives me like 1 or 2 more speed. And then same for the second berm, which gives me actually 2 or 3 more speed. Then I also want to pre-hop this very inside. And then we, of course, tuck again. I do a little jump here. And then here, you kind of want to land in this landing here. Then go off the side. Then make sure you land a tiny bit on the upslope so you don't go too fast. And then you just want to roll off this mark here and land on the inside of the next berm. Here, hop out of the berm, but stay on the right side, which is really important, and hop again. You will get then around 80 speed. And you carry that all the way down until the end. Then here stay right, cut to the inside and jump over this gray rock. And then we want to jump again land on the right side. And then really hop into this landing here at the mark here. And for the rest, it's just the same. You want to hop the tiny hills, don't land on the grass hill. Go off the right side. I again really landed deep here and lost about 10 speed, but it is what it is. And then side ramp. Here I get the landing really good because I landed quite smoothly and kept my speed. Side ramp again, and then we're at the finish. As you can see, a nice 107.768. Now it's definitely improvable, but these tips should already give you a way to get a sub 10 for sure. If you don't even have to nail every trick here to get a sub 10, but it will definitely help you already get a sub 10. And who knows, maybe you'll get a sub 109, sub 108, maybe even 106 at some point. Who knows? But I hope you guys can do something with these threads, or like now understand what you have to do to be fast on Fika Break, because even just watching the video is not always entirely clear what you have to do. So I really hope this helps. Right, Taylor out.